In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a stop motion animation for your crochet granny square using just a smartphone and the CapCut app to animate the whole sequence. So I kept seeing these animations on TikTok, all over TikTok, of crochet granny square getting made without the use of hands or anything, and I was thinking to myself, how do they make it? And then I went to do a little research on that, and I found out that it was stop motion. So what is a stop motion animation? A stop motion animation is an animated filmmaking technique in which objects are physically manipulated in small increments between individually photographed frames, so they will appear to exhibit independent motion or change when the series of frames is played back. So what does that mean? If you have a crochet granny square, you first have to make it, and then you have to unravel it and take one frame by frame of every stitch. So I'm going to show you how I did that, because I went through a few issues along the way while I was making it, since the crochet granny square have to be always in the same position, and also the light. So I'm going to explain from the beginning to the end how you can make your own granny square animation. It's really cool, you're going to like it. So this tutorial will be divided in 3 phases, which is the preparation, what you need to have to make a stop motion movie, and then the filming, how you're gonna film your crochet granny square, and then the third part's gonna be how you're gonna edit and what software you need to edit your stop motion crochet granny square. So what you're gonna need to make this animation. So in order to make this animation, firstly, you're gonna need a constant light, which means that you can't be outside with the sunlight, because if a cloud comes, it's gonna, just cover and change the light of your granny square. So it needs to be made inside and with a light right on top of it, so the light won't change and flicker your image when you're playing it back. The second thing you're gonna need an arm, or you're gonna need some kind of tripod where your phone sits flat on top, like I'm showing here. I have this white one's really good, because it also comes with a little remote controller as well, which is really good for the situation, because what you want the crochet on your Samsung phone or your iPhone on top of this tripod or phone holder, okay, and then so the phone doesn't move while you're taking the pictures. You're gonna need a remote controller to just take the photos wirelessly, so the phone sits flat during the whole time you're pulling up the stitches. Also, I'm gonna show here another option you can use to control the photos. You can also use voice control. Like on my phone, I have voice control, so you just set up the voice control like I'm doing here, and then you say shoot, and the phone's gonna take the photo. So I wanted to use the wireless shooter, just because it's too many. I think it's too many photos. Like sometimes you're gonna animate and open once stitch by stitch, and it's gonna be like 100 photos. So you're gonna say shoot, 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 shoot 100 times. So I decided to use the wireless remote controller, and it works perfectly. It's really cheap to buy online. And if you have a tripod, normally like this white one that I have, normally it comes with a wireless remote shooter. Okay, so you can use that one. So after you set it all up and you have everything you need, we are going to start filming. So the filming process is gonna be, first you're gonna make the whole granny square like I'm doing mine now, okay? And then after you finish your granny square, you're gonna put the granny square on the table. And what I did here is I put double-sided tape on my table, and I kind of place the granny square right on top of it. So while I'm pulling the stitches very, very slowly, the granny square doesn't move. So what has to happen? Your light can move, your light can change, and your granny square can't move. Also, you need to use the Pro setup of your camera that I'm going to show here now. I have on my Samsung phone. I think most phones these days have a Pro setup where you're going to set up the same ISO. It can't be automatic because otherwise it's going to change with the light and depending of whatever you're moving, you know what I mean? And then set up the same ISO. I like to set up 100 because the quality of the image on 100 is better. And then set up also the speed of the shoot, okay? So that's the two things you have to set up on your phone. I'm showing you here now how to do it. And then place the phone right on top of your granny square. So to make my first granny square stop motion animation, what I did was I made a very easy granny square just to start, and I'm going to show you here my very first one. And then so it's easier just to, you know, open it and just try your first time, because I mean some granny squares like a rose granny squares is harder to film the stitches because some stitches are placed on the back of it, so you wouldn't show, and color changes sometimes a bit more, you know, difficult. So I think if you try this square that I'm making, is the best way to make your first one as well. So that's why I use this one in this tutorial. And also I tried a few editing and like I'm gonna put it here now. This I made animating my chains with the little yarn ball moving. So as well, if you're making a reel, just set up your camera on 9:16, which is the setup for the reels, or just set up. And then you can use the opposite way as well. Since the phone is sitting flat on top of the granny square, it won't matter, so you can change the orientation of your video later. And so now start opening stitch by stitch like I'm doing here. So open one and take a photo with the controller, or say shoot if you're using the voice command. And then open another one and shoot again, open another one and shoot again, and repeat this until your granny square is completely open. One thing that I figure is at the end, just be careful at the end, because it's gonna show the double-sided tape, so you'll have to remove it and place the granny square in the same exact position. So what I think you can do is also put a little mark on the table or something, just to show where the granny square was before, and that you won't be able to see that on the video, I think. And another thing that I found that I didn't do on this video, because it was my second one only, if you make the yarn tail that's starting to unravel, if you get that in a position that moves slowly together with the unraveling of the granny square, I think would be better as well. Okay, so after you shoot all these pictures from your granny square animation, you can open your CapCut app, and I'm going to show you here now. You can open your CapCut app and just import all the images to a new project, okay? CapCut will automatically place the images on the right sequence, so it's gonna go from the beginning, from like reverse, so it's gonna go reverse to what you shoot. So if you shoot unraveling, it's gonna show like you are making the granny square straight away, so you don't have to reposition all the images inside there. So after you imported all the image inside CapCut, what you have to do is just open it, zoom it in to each image, and just do what I'm doing here, just split, because what's gonna happen is each image has to have a maximum of 0.5 seconds for it to work, okay? I tried 0.2 seconds and it was a bit too fast. And then I tried 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, still good. So in between 0.3 and 0.5 of a second, okay? That's what you're gonna use for each image, and make sure that you cut each image so they all last the same amount of seconds, okay? That's all you really need to know. After you did that, I actually exported to my CapCut space, so I could open on my computer and kind of select all the, it's just easier, select all the images together and change a little bit of the saturation and color of the image, but that's for another tutorial, okay? All I wanted to explain is how to do that, so just make that each image has in between 0.3 and 0.5 seconds, and then just export the movie, and you can use anywhere as a reel or Instagram, TikTok, whatever you prefer. So guys, I hope this tutorial was helpful. I didn't find a tutorial specific about how to stop motion in crochet animations, and because I keep seeing a lot, I figured that some people could be interested in a tutorial like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me your like, share with friends if they want to make their own stop animation as well. And please subscribe to my channel, because that helps me a lot to grow my channel. And also I have a lot of nice tutorials of crochet bikinis and centro knitting machine projects if you want to watch that too. Thank you for watching, and I see you on the next tutorial. Bye!